Hello and welcome to part 3 of my card reveals that we're going over. So we're taking a look at all the cards from Starforged Legends. If you haven't checked out the previous two videos, I recommend doing that, as some of the information may relate to these cards. We'll just have to wait and see. So we have Sword and Neutral, the last two that we're covering for this video. And then hopefully once all this is done, we'll be very close to Starforged Legends release, and then I'll start making videos for that. I do apologize, I haven't made many videos in the recent times, and if you watch my first video and right to the end, you'll know why. So hopefully guys enjoy this, and we'll get right into the video. Okay, so the first card we've got here is Flail Knight, a 3-drop 2/2 sword follower. Great. Clash, deal 1 damage to an enemy follower. So going to be able to trade up into those 3-drop healths, and that's about it. Nothing too special. It is an officer, so that's a good thing to keep in mind with a lot of sword cards, whether they're officers or commanders. So definitely interesting. Then we have Pollux, 5-drop 4/4 Fanfare. Evolve this follower if there is an allied non-sword craft follower in play, pushing that neutral craft, I guess. Because what else are you going to be pushing? Evolve this follower. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 3 evolves. Sword seems to be going that way. Don't mind it too much. Then we have Unsheathed Blade, 5-drop spell. Put a swordcraft follower into your hand. Put a swordcraft follower from your hand into play. Give it rush and return it to your hand at the end of turn. I really like this card, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it goes. King of the Horned Crown, 8-drop 7/7 Fanfare. Deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. Whenever this follower attacks, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. Whenever this follower attacks, deal 1 to all enemy followers. There's also its evolve effect, so just carrying over. It's going to be able to deal 2, I guess. It's an 8-drop, a little high. It is a commander though, so comboing it with other commander cards could work out nicely. And, you know, Gwaine dropping its cost, that could work out nice as well. So, going to be an interesting card. I think it'll deal with a lot of the late game cards in regards to AoE. Something Sword is sorely missing. Cthulhu, 2-drop 2/1 Rush, enhance 6, gain Bane until the end of your turn. This follower can't be damaged. Can't be damaged until the end of your turn. So a free Bane damage for a enhance 6. Not too bad. Basically going to be guaranteeing at least 1 kill. 2-drop Armor of the Stars spell. Give an allied follower resistance to targeted enemy spells and effects, and +2/+0. Great way to defend your cards, but I don't think with this expansion you're going to need it too much. Lord General Romeo, 3-drop 2/3 Ward. Whenever you play a commander that originally cost 3 play points, and if this follower costs 3 play points, change this follower's cost to 2 until the end of your turn. Interesting. So playing a commander that costs 3 originally will drop this follower, as long as it costs 3, to 2, if I'm getting that right, and it's a ward, so going to be interesting to combo with other commanders. I'm guessing because it goes with this card, Princess Juliet, 3-drop 2/2 as well. Storm, whenever you play a commander that originally cost 3 play points, and if this follower costs 3 play points, change this follower's cost to 2 until the end of your turn. So the same effect as the previous card, just, you know, working in the same way. I'm guessing because you can play 1 and then play the other for 2, so at most it's going to cost 5 to get both these out, which is a pretty interesting way to play them, but there may be other combos that work really nicely with this, and obviously being commanders, they get some good effects as well. Then we have Perseus, a 1-drop 1/2. No base effect, but its evolve is evolve game +1 and ward if there are at least 4 allied swordcraft followers in play. So another one that's pushing that real board flood mechanic. May work out, may not. We'll wait and see. Lux Solar Lancer. Wow, okay, so Lux is going to love this card because it has his name in it. Anyway, it's a 2-drop 1/2 Fanfare. Put a random commander that costs 5 play points or less from your deck into your hand. Enhance 4, then put a random commander that costs at least 6 play points from your deck into your hand. So drawing more cards, something else Sword never really good at. As a 2-drop, I don't mind this card. As a 4-drop, it's not bad either. Then we have Roundtable Assembly, something they seem to be pushing, those roundtable cards. A 5-drop spell. Put 2 random commanders that cost 3 play points from your deck into play. So this could be working out with the Romeo and Juliet card, actually. Interesting. Don't mind this. It is a 5-drop, so you're going to get the same cost as Romeo and Juliet, so maybe not worth playing it with that, but other cards, definitely interesting. Mars, Silent Flame General, first legendary for Swordcraft. 3-drop, 2/3. Whenever an allied Swordcraft follower comes into play, give it +0, +1, and Clash, gain +1. So, not the most crazy effect, not bad for a 3-drop. Maybe combo it with other cards. It seems like they're really pushing all commanders this expansion, which is kind of unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen a few more officers than commanders, honestly. Some of the officer decks are actually quite interesting, so it'll be nice to see if commanders really do take off from this or not. And the final card, another commander, 5-drop, 5/4, Barbaros. Rush, last word, at the start of your next turn, put a Barbaros into your hand, changes cost to 8. If there are 2 enemy followers or less in play, changes cost to 2 instead if there are 3 or more enemy followers in play. So this is pretty crazy. You either go up 3 or down 3 based on whether the enemy has 3 or more followers in play or less than 3 followers in play, which is insane. I mean, could you imagine playing a Barbaros and then playing 2 more Barbaroses just because your opponents have a heap on the board and you're trading with big stuff? That would be absolutely crazy. Anyway, not a bad card, definitely interesting. Last set we've got is neutral, so we'll go and check that out. Hopefully you enjoy it. Alright, so the last lot, the neutrals. First card is Nyx, so we got a 3-cost, 3/2. Still don't enjoy that stat line. I wish they'd make less cards that were 3/2s. Anyway, Fanfare, give an allied follower resistance to target enemy spells and effects, so just kind of defending itself. Then we have Knight's Way, 3-drop amulet, count down 1, at the end of your turn, draw a card, Fanfare, draw a card, enhance 5, add 3 to this amulet's countdown. So why would you... Oh, because of its... Yeah, at the end of your turn, draw a card, so you want more turns with it. That makes sense. So that's why you'd want this countdown amulet. This is actually neutral, so working in any deck is good. But specifically, I think I would put it into Haven. It's got some alright effects and could work out quite nicely. Then we have Mr. Full Moon, the Aegis counter card, which is what we're all assuming. 6-drop, 3/3, Fanfare, randomly changes the attack of one of the strongest enemy followers in play to 1. Not much good. Unless you're, really want to play this in a deck. I mean, it's 6-drop. If it was like a 4-drop, maybe it would see more play, but I just don't know if this is going to feel good or not, and if people are really going to want to tech this in unless Aegis is absolutely dominating everything. Even then, you'd be probably better off mirror matching than playing Full Moon. Then we have Rampaging Mammoth, an 8-drop 7/8, unevolved, and then Evolve gives us a deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower 2 times, so another dealing damage to random followers. Nothing too crazy here. Mystic Ring, 1-drop spell, banish a card in your hand, put a card of the same name as the banished card into your deck, draw a card. So practically a draw 1 card by sacrificing 1 card. I don't see the point on the banish in your hand. I mean, discard isn't really appropriate either, but I would have literally just said, put a card back into your deck. I don't know why that would have been so hard, instead of doing a really roundabout way of the exact same thing. So personally, an odd wording choice, unless in the future they don't want you putting cards back in your deck for some reason, but at the moment I don't see why they didn't just use that wording instead. Otherwise it's just draw a card for 1. Everson the Fallen, 2-drop 2/1, Fanfare, deal 1 damage to the enemy leader. That's it. Nothing special. Pure Hearted Singer, 3-drop 1/2, Fanfare, and last word, draw a card. So another draw card for neutral. Good. Can put it into decks that have less draw power. Don't mind that. Gigas, 7-drop 7/5, Clash until the end of your opponent's turn. This follower cannot receive more than 3 damage at a time. So another damage limiting card. Good for versing things like Aegis or big dragon drops. Otherwise, it's probably not that great. I mean, it's 7-drop and it's Clash, so what are we going to do with it really other than trade? Not much. Staircase to Paradise, a 1-drop, countdown 7. Whenever an allied follower is destroyed, subtract 1 from this countdown. Enhance 5, subtract 7 from this amulet's countdown, sorry. Last word, at the start of your next turn, put 3 random followers from your deck into your hand. Not too bad. Don't mind this at all. Going to be nice in Haven as well if you can use this as an amulet grab, so not bad. Helbian, 5-drop 5/5, enhance 7 at the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. 2 times. Another 2 damage card for Enhance. Not a fan. Quillin, 5-drop, 0/5. Ward. At the end of your turn, gain +2/+0. Whenever this follower attacks an enemy follower, deal X damage to the enemy... to the follower before it can deal any damage. In return, X equals this follower's attack. So the first turn that you have this, you're going to be gaining +2, so it'll be a 2/5. If anything attacks it, automatically takes 2 damage. Not too shabby, don't mind it. Interesting effect use. Little long, but definitely a good card. 5-drop kind of kicks it to the curb a bit. I would have liked to have seen it be like a 4-drop maybe. Personally, maybe. Unless give it a stat line of at least 1 so that it can trade into 3 drops would have been better. Now, 7-drop Zodiac Demon, basically the cover card for this whole set. Hopefully its effect lives up to it. We have Fanfare. Put a follower that originally cost 7 play points or less from your hand into play and destroy it. Deal X damage to a random enemy follower. If no enemy followers are in play, deal X damage to enemy leader instead. X equals the attack of the destroyed allied follower. So, 7 drops that deal damage. Interesting. This could work nicely with last word effects more than anything. I can't think of many decent ones that I would be using, but that's the only way I would probably use this card. Play it, last word, also deals damage, maybe kill off something on the board, maybe deal damage to face. Not the craziest effect, but a decent one at that, especially for neutral, so you can put it in anything. And the final card for all of Starforged Legends, Loki, an 8-drop 5/5. Fanfare, the next turn you play an allied follower with Fanfare, Necromancy, Enhance, or Aura Threat that activate when played from your hand, excluding targeted effects, activate those abilities 1 more time. This effect is not stackable. Okay, so this is giving you extra Fanfare, Necromancy, Enhance, or Earthright, giving them twice, except for targeted effects. So basically summon effects, deal damage effects that are random, and they've put a lot of those in. This could absolutely swing the game in a different direction. Definitely interesting. Can't wait to see where it gets fitted in. It may be into something like Neutral Rune, or maybe into other neutral decks. Could work really nicely with Loki. Especially, like, being a Fanfare, playing it on 8, you're not going to get much use. Maybe playing it on 10 with a 2-drop, I don't know. Definitely an interesting card. If it can stick around more than 1 turn, which I doubt most of the time it would definitely be interesting. But because of that, it'll probably see very little play unless we can somehow protect it a lot better. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Again, Starforged Legends coming out very soon. I will be covering it as normal. Hopefully videos will be regular. If not, I do apologize, but a lot's going on in my life and it makes it hard to make videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. We got all of them. If you haven't checked out the other 2, I recommend going and doing that. If you have, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya.